A simple DNA kit. A fun little holiday discount. A curiosity about ancestry. That was it. Nothing serious. Nothing life-changing. Or so I thought. Turns out, that tiny tube of spit detonated a bomb inside my family. The results arrived on a normal Wednesday afternoon. I opened the app expecting silly facts, 2% Scandinavian, high chance of liking cilantro, your ancestors liked cold weather. But instead, I saw a giant red notification. You have an immediate family match. The name didn't ring a bell. I blinked. Immediate family, meaning parent, sibling, or child. I clicked it, expecting a glitch. But the profile belonged to someone named Leo V. Age, 58 location, 24 miles from our house. And the app listed him as father, 99.9% match. My stomach dropped so fast I felt sick. Because my father, my actual father, was sitting in the next room watching TV. The first mistake I made, I told my mother. Her face went white, like bone white. She didn't scream, she didn't deny, she didn't even breathe. She just whispered, delete it. My heart hammered. Mom, who is he? She shook her head violently. You don't understand. This will destroy us. And that was the moment I realized. She already knew who the man was. The second mistake was telling my father. I didn't even tell him the whole truth. Just that I took a DNA test for fun. He stared at me and his expression changed instantly. Fear, panic, shock, then something far darker. He stood up without a word and walked out of the room. Then out of the house. And he didn't come back for 3 days. No calls, no messages, no explanation. He vanished. All because I said the letters, DNA. When he finally returned, he refused to look at me. He sat down at the dinner table, eyes fixed on his plate. I tried. Dad, can we talk? He shook his head, not angrily, not dramatically, just defeated, like he had been waiting his whole life for this moment. And now that it was here, he had nothing left to say. I felt like I lost him. Without ever knowing why, I tracked down the man from the test. I needed answers, and he gave them. He told me everything, in a quiet voice that sounded too tired for lies. He and my mother had known each other decades ago, before she met my father, before her life became complicated. They were together briefly, intensely, and then suddenly, she disappeared. He spent years trying to find her, never knew she was pregnant, never knew I existed, and then I showed up on a DNA test. His eyes filled with tears. I never thought I'd get this, he whispered. A second chance. I sat there frozen, because the man wasn't lying, and because his voice sounded exactly like mine. When I returned home, my father was waiting. He looked like he hadn't slept. He said just one sentence. I always knew this day might come. My throat tightened. Why didn't you tell me? His eyes filled with pain. Because I loved you too much to lose you. He had raised me since birth, held me during fevers, taught me how to ride a bike, sat through my school plays, saved money for my college. He had always been my dad. DNA or not. He took a shaky breath. I thought if you knew the truth, you'd stop calling me dad. And that's when I understood. He didn't stop speaking to me because he was angry. He stopped because he was heartbroken. He was terrified, crushed, insecure. He thought I would replace him. He thought one test could erase everything. The twist. He wasn't angry at the DNA test. He was angry at himself. For not being enough. For not being the real father. For living his entire life with a fear that finally came true. The silence wasn't punishment. It was grief. And now here I am, caught between two men. One who shares my blood. One who raised me. One who wants to know me. One who fears he's already losing me. I took a test for fun, but what I discovered, family isn't just DNA. But DNA can still tear a family apart.